Erev Tov, everyone. Parsha begins that the Ribono Shel Olam tells Moshe, Bo el Paro. In fact, it's the name of the Parsha. Why does the Torah use the verb bo? Why doesn't it say Lech el Paro? Karev el Paro. Tedaber el Paro. What is bo? So bo, in we know that the Gaon of Vilna taught us that there are no synonyms in Hebrew. Every word has its own unique meaning that is not transmitted by the use of another word. So bo is always a term of not just entering, but becoming part of what you are entering. So we have, for instance, the conjugal act is called bia. And when the Jewish people came to Eretz Yisrael, the Torah says, "Vayoki savo el haaretz." It's not a visit. It's a connection, a deep connection. So the Ribono Shel Olam tells Moshe, Bo el Paro, let's try and understand Paro. I mean, what is he thinking? He had already 7 makkos. The Khartoumim gave up already. The people have had enough. To understand Paro. So the Meforshim here raise the basic issue, because the second part of the pasuk gives I have hardened his heart, and the heart of those who serve him, and they're not going to send you out. L'man shisi ososai, and I'm doing it because I want to bring about all of the miracles. So what do you want from Pharaoh? Pharaoh has no choice here. Pharaoh has to say no. So again, Hashofet kol haaretz lo yaseh mishpat. The Ribono Shel Olam hardens Pharaoh's heart, makes it impossible for him to avoid the situation, and then he punishes him because of the situation. But the Meforshim all grapple with this, because it's a basic understanding of the idea of schar v'onesh, reward and punishment, good and bad, because otherwise everything looks capricious. It's like something, at random. So there are a number of approaches here that the Meforshim have dealt with. One idea is the Rambam himself has a very interesting attitude towards all of this. The Rambam says that by the Bris Bein Absorim, and when the Ribono Shel Olam told Avram Avinu, Ki ger yezaracha beretz lo lahem, va'avodum v'inu osomar b'mei shana, the Ribono Shel Olam never told him that it would be Mitzrayim. He never told him that Pharaoh would do it. A nation would come and do it. Now, who that nation is up to the nation. Could have been another nation. have been another king. So that therefore the punishment that is visited upon Pharaoh and Mitzrayim is not because it was foretold that they had to do it. It was because they chose to do it. And therefore, that's why the punishment is justified. The Rambam himself discusses that this raises a problem. The problem is, maybe Pharaoh wants to do tshuva. Maybe he wants to back out of the deal. If he has the power of the Bechira, if we say, as the Rambam apparently is of the opinion, that the power of the Bechira, of freedom of choice, is paramount in how we deal with all of these matters. And that's the bedrock of Schar V'Onish. So maybe Pharaoh become about tomorrow. You'll go to Or Sameach and put on a hat, and all of a sudden, the new Pharaoh. So the Rambam adds another tweak to this. And the Rambam says that sometimes a person commits either one Aveira or an Aveira of many Aveiros, that it becomes habitual to him. He's an addict to Aveiros. We call such people serial killer. Can't help it. He's an addict to killing people. Sometimes that becomes a whole nation, like Germany, becomes a whole nation like Hamas. They're addicted to it. And therefore, the Rambam says, when you reach a stage, there's a line that's crossed, for which tshuva cannot help anymore. The power of tshuva is removed from them. So what does the Rambam mean by that? We say, Yom Kippur, Atanos Yad Laposhim, God, you extend your hand to the sinners. So the Meforshim explained that sometimes there's somebody so sinful that God can't let him in the front door. He wants to do tshuva. The angels won't let him in the door. So the Rebbe Shalom has to reach into the tunnel and pull him out. So tshuva is omnipresent, always there. So why isn't it there here? And Meforshim say that the difference is always the Aveira bein Odom lamokom, bein Odom lachaveira. Tshuva helps bein Odom lamokom, no matter how great the sin. So we have that many times in the Gemara, that the Yesh Konel Loma B'Shoah Achas, in the last minute he did tshuva for what he did, and a Baskol came out and he said he's a Ben Olam Haba. That's when you're dealing Kaviyachol with the Rebbeinu Shalom. He ate treif all of his life, and at the end, he does tshuva. Sorry that he ate treif. So then tshuva helps. But bein Odom lachaveiro, person kills 10 people, God forbid, and then he does tshuva. He rehabilitates himself. He got an excellent psychiatrist. They got him out of it. And now he's a model citizen. So in our world today, not only does he not have to rehabilitate himself, he has to just try to rehabilitate himself. And it's wrong to punish him. But the Meforshim point out the 10 people he killed had relatives, had families, had a life to live. His tshuva cannot change that. His tshuva does not make anybody whole. That still remains. And therefore, he's responsible. He's held to the standard. His punishment is sincere and correct. So, I hardened his heart that he can't do tshuva, meaning he can't do tshuva for what he did to the Jewish people. We see it in our time. Can Germany do tshuva? Can the Hamas do tshuva? What about all of the millions of lives affected? So now you come and say, I'm sorry. Here, I give you reparations, done. That's Kiani Yichbadati, it's Libo. I made his heart so hard that tshuva doesn't exist for him. There's no way back. So that's what the Torah tells us. Boel Pharaoh. Boel Pharaoh. Understand Pharaoh. Understand what is happening here, Moshe. See how far he has gone. His heart is so hardened that there's no way to save him anymore. And therefore, you're just a messenger. You don't even appeal to him. You just tell him there's going to be now Arba, and there's going to be Choshech, and there's going to be Makas Bechoros, and there's going to be Bizas Yamsuf. All of this is going to happen. Because that flows from the fact that he has such a hard heart that the way back is completely closed to him. And that's an important understanding of how we look at evil in the world, and how we look at oppressors, and how we look at situations. The Rebbeinu Shalom did not declare a humanitarian crisis from Mitzrayim. He didn't send them food. Cross the line. Once you cross the line, so then there's a different set of rules in place that governs behavior. Rabbi Hananya ben Akashi Omer Rotza HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Zakos Es Yisrael Leficha Chim Lehem Torah Mitzvot Shenemar Adonai Chavei